Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to another episode of Elite Dangerous. My name is Derikos Rux, and today we are going to be discussing newsletter number 73, which offers more details about the upcoming Power Play update. Now, real quick, just some personal channel news. My motherboard on my personal computer has malfunctioned, so I'm seeking a replacement at the moment. I do still have my brother's PC to play on, though, so I will still be able to play Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen and put out some videos. I'm now committing to 2 videos a week, which are going to hopefully come out on Monday and Friday. And I will be able to do more videos when I have more footage, but that may be hindered at the start here until I get my personal computer fixed. Alright, and now in the Power Play update, the newsletter number 73 started out with some Q&A highlights. The first question pretty much asked, are there going to be 20 powers in the galaxy when Power Play releases? And the answer is no, there's going to be 10 powers. This leaves room for other powers so that player factions that you've invested a lot of time in, you'll have the ability to run missions to elevate your faction to the position of power. One of the Q&A questions said specifically that no faction is currently close to becoming. A lot of what's required is probably going to be in the missions that come out with Power Play, because there's going to be new community goals, new missions in general, and there's going to be missions geared towards, as I mentioned in my previous video, fortifying systems, undermining enemy systems, protecting yours, all that good stuff. So, and they specifically noted that, as an example of that you may be able to do a string of community goals as what's part of what's needed to raise your faction to a power. And there's going to be a whole bunch of different ways to participate to cater to every playstyle. The previous newsletter stated that there'd be missions centered around combat, trading, pirating, pretty much everything that's in the game. They're trying to make more missions for it, which is great. And then they also mentioned, just briefly, power-specific weapons and modules. So each of these powers may have somehow weapons or different modules released that are available when you upgrade with them. But they have no other information about that yet. So that was just a little carrot on the stick for us. The Power Play update will also introduce fines for ramming in no-fire zones around stations. If you do need to get around this, because maybe you participate in ship derby around space stations, you can turn report crimes off in the functions menu, and then you won't incur, anyone who rams into you won't incur fines for ramming into you. And that was pretty much it for the Power Play related news in this newsletter. Pretty brief. They had already gone into quite a lot of detail, so I'm sure this means we're just getting closer. There was some other news though. I got here, there's a screenshot of the cockpit of the Lake and Diamondback, so that's nice. We had screenshots from the Imperial Clipper last week as well. They are officially testing Mac and PC crossplay, so the idea is that when that's fully released into the full game, you'll be running around the galaxy and you will not be able to tell whether the player that you see is a Mac or a PC user. They also have 25% off of select paint jobs right now. I couldn't tell if select paint jobs meant specific ones or all of them. I did not need to purchase any at the moment. And finally, some extra special exciting news for you explorers out there. They have officially stated that there is non-celestial stuff to discover in deep space. And no, not just the suspected Thargoid beacons, the beacons that have some chattery sound on it. There's apparently other stuff that's not just black holes and stars and planets that you can find in deep space, and we don't know what they are. As far as, I mean, maybe someone out there has discovered it, but they're not a YouTuber or a forum crawler or what have you, so that's a pretty crazy thing. That makes me want to go out into deep space again, but man, does that take up a lot of time. Maybe one of these days. And that's it for all of the Elite Dangerous news today. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. In the comments below, let me know what you think about power-specific weapons and modules, especially if there's going to be 20 different powers. And please subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody, and I will see you next time. This is Derikos Rux, closing comms.